I'm Nelson Aspen, and this is Titanic Talk with my co-host Alexandra Boyd. And I decided to dress up today because we have a very esteemed guest.
I had my little picture, and it felt a little chorus line a little bit because we were like up and down the hallway, and
Wait a minute, there were 2 from your school, but there were many young women.
Yeah, and
my dream scenario is to keep everything together for as long as possible. I'd really love to have it exhibited as a whole.
If you watch our most recent real-time syncing, there's a lot of shout-outs to James Cameron's film and other famous Titanic imagery like Ken Marshall's paintings.
I didn't hear back too soon, but then, I did get a call back, and of course in those days, didn't have cell phones, so I had to wait till I got home to play my message on my answering machine. I was so new to all of this. Is my first film, you know what I mean?
You also get all the sort of fly-on-the-wall moments. Not every moment of the syncing is particularly exciting. And that is part of the reason why so many people stayed on the ship, because nothing was really happening. Nothing was really dramatic.
In order for Titanic Belfast to be considered a success, for it to be financially viable, they needed around 200 to 300,000 visitors a year. And they've not dipped below 800,000. And they're regularly hitting 1 million. They're absolutely smashing those goals.
Rebecca Klingler and I were at dinner the other week, and she was talking again about holding that little boy, and it'll all be over soon, it'll all be over. And I suddenly got this chill. This real chill of a woman holding on to her child right at the moment of death.
He was hanging on to my child's legs. And at that point, I was holding on to, with one arm, to my child, myself, and to the stuntman. And then he pulls him out of my arms. I watch him fall to his death.
We didn't get to see that.
He had it.
Sorry. Haven't looked at this in a while. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And
I think it's very hard to find anyone more heroic than the engineers who chose to stay below deck and keep the lights going for as long as possible, because the impact of what the electricity cutting would have been during the sinking is just really too horrible to imagine.
I get messages from people who tell me they are going through a really hard time in their lives, and they're Titaniacs from way back, and they open up the pod player, they go on a walk, they listen to my podcast, and it helps their mental health. And that, I tear up as I talk about it. That in itself makes every single bit of work I've ever done worth it.
What role does Titanic play in your day-to-day lives now?
For any sort of situation, like a random situation, we will quote the movie. Like I will go out somewhere, and then when I'm about to leave, I will say I would like a cup of tea when I return.